Hello, hello.
Alright, now Kluck talk.
Okay. About what?
I don't know. Apparently you had something to say.
No, I
I'm
like
fixing my
his
mic.
his
Yeah.
microphone goes bananas when he doesn't speak for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I need to hit it or shout loudly.
Yeah, there was some weird stuff that went on when you first picked up the call. But anyway, RmR taking on SynC. This is Diamond Division Cycle 7, Round of 8. SynC eSports, of course, won Cycle 6, so they get the top seed coming into this one. RmR taking second place in Gold Division last cycle. And Pingu's on this team. So is Staff. That's,
No,
Well, he
Staff
played
is just,
today.
he played.
yeah. He's just a ringer.
Well, he's on this team. Like this
Yeah.
particular one, this group of 5 players. Why do you always gotta be hurting, huh? Why do you always be hurting? No, there
What?
should be. There should
Gotta
be.
know. Maybe they pick Moira for Staff. Make a big place.
That'd be amazing. Apparently he doesn't want to play anymore and he's disconnecting. Anyway, got Kluck and MightyMarcus joining from Team Shrek is Love. The, once again, residents of Gold Division. How's that going?
Yep.
Well,
Well,
it's going good. We played today. Wasn't really any challenge so far. But they will come. Wait, did BMG play today, by the way?
maybe they pick Moira.
Did they play?
Yeah.
How
they
did
have,
they win?
They have Pallet, Game is Grim, and
Okay, got Kluck and
who else? Someone else.
Game
That's
is-
random. Oh, own me.
Okay. Did they win both matches?
Don't spoil.
Yeah.
Why are we spoiling things?
Whoa.
These guys, it's
Whoa.
like you don't cast for 3 weeks and you completely forget how to do it.
We're talking
Okay.
about
A long time.
community. Shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry,
The draft.
I wasn't really paying attention
Okay.
because somebody said that there was a sound issue, so I was just letting you guys handle stuff. Yeah. Draft. Anyway, we're in the second stage. First couple of bands were Warbeast and Parasite from Pingu and Insane going to take out Swiftblade and Cthulhuphant. Going to lead in Ophelia, Magmus, and Bubbles for the guys on RmR. Dr. Repulsor, Kraken, and Pebbles for SynC eSports. And then Tempest and TDL, the first couple of bands in the second banding stage. So, Kluck, thoughts on the draft? So everybody knows what you sound like?
Yeah, I think Hellborn has the better draft at the moment. They all have so tanky heroes, so hard to kill with Doctor. And they don't, I don't know, I don't feel like they have enough damage at the moment on the Legion side.
Yeah, 2 heroes in
To
Ophelia
kill
and Bubbles.
all these heroes. Yeah,
Don't really
they don't
do
really
all
do that much damage. And early game Magmus has a hard time getting a good ulti off.
That's true too. I don't know.
So unless they pick up some real damage, they're gonna have a hard time killing these tanky heroes, or hard to kill heroes.
And you're combining the difficulty of Mickey Pebbles, which is constantly annoying. Flensmeister plays Dr. Repulsor like every single game, and Kzu's a really good Kraken, so not only do they have a good lineup, it's dangerous.
Pebbles plus anyone can kill anyone on the Legion team at the moment. So if he gets a good start, they're gonna be able to one-shot anyone and just take them out.
Yeah.
That's gonna be so huge.
Especially a hero like Bubbles. Pebbles stun in specifically very good against Bubbles because take cover doesn't eat the whole
Legion
thing.
doesn't really have that option. Like the whole.
Oh, they could kill the Doctor if they can lock him down. And they're gonna take the Moira. So
The Moira is actually super good. Here.
yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, I don't know.
I really like it.
I still don't think. I think that.
But like that's not damage.
I feel.
Yeah, they like damage.
Yeah, that's
I don't
true
know.
too.
So they're gonna need like really damage right now, and it's gonna be single core. But I mean, Moira is really good with when you have a really big carry, because if they ever jump him, you just ulti on top of him and reset the fight, and then the carry can just like shrunken head or something and go rape.
And Hellborn going to continue the burst train with the Pyromancer pickup, so between Pebbles and Pyro, yeah, they should be able to kill just about anything they want.
I feel like the Legion type side is like really greedy here. If when you look at the Hellborn side, they see they have a lot of early game or a lot of roam. Like they can do shit early game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really. I don't know. Before Magmus PK and Bubbles PK, both like those two heroes are not gonna get fast PKs both. So
Right.
I don't know. Moira needs a PK as well to have impact.
What
I feel
carry
like
do you
too
think?
many.
I think
I
O'Malley.
don't know. I guess.
Or Moon
I don't know.
Queen. I don't know.
No, it's too hard. Like it's
Mm.
too like they need something that can be present early game.
The only thing I'm thinking is Soul Stealer, like, but I don't know if they have enough lockdown for a Soul Stealer. Like,
It can work.
Yeah, they do. It's fine, but
I don't know.
I don't know if it's enough damage.
I think he can do enough damage if he can sit there and right click and get some Demon Hands and Ultimate off. My only concern is they have so much jump that a Soul Stealer could be in a lot of trouble. And it's gonna be Silhouette. All right, that'll fix the damage problem. Heavy mobility as well. So yeah, I'm pretty okay with that actually.
Not sure. It's gonna be really easily ganked as well by this team, I think. Like,
Yeah, like they have 3 jumpers that can jump Silhouette. It's gonna be super 8 for Silhouette.
It's not gonna be
Like-
annoying and split push.
No, he's not gonna
That's
be able
not
to
an
split push at all. But I feel like they have a timing push. Like they have a time if they can shut down the Pebbles and somehow the Kraken, or like if they can shut down Pebbles from getting PK fast PK, they can push with Ophelia, get the early advantage. So if they cancel, but then again they're not gonna be able to like delay both Kraken and Pebbles PK because they're probably not gonna have a jungler in the Hellborn, so they're gonna secure 2 lanes. So they're gonna have farm on 2 of those cores.
Right. I mean, the only concern I have for sorry. Yeah.
No, you can.
The only concern I have for SynC's lineup really at this point is they're very dependent on getting picks, and in fact they will run the jungler, as Lapt is going to end up in the Legionnaire. So if they don't successfully execute ganks, if the warding for the Legion side is good enough that they can consistently avoid getting jumped, they don't have a lot of push. Their team fight is thoroughly mediocre. I think Legion's team fight is much better, and as the game goes later, I think the Legion will have it, especially once Moira's Mana Sunder becomes a serious issue for Dr. Repulsor.
No. Hellborn has this super hard bait.
Yeah. And there's no way they're going to... Like, one of their initiators is going to get the PK past.
Yeah.
Like, they can't shut down all 3.
They have like 4 cores.
They
have like 4 cores. They have seriously 4 cores. On the super standard SynC side. They're gonna have 350 DPM on every hero on the right side. And then Silhouette's not gonna be able to do shit because there's a single core versus 3 or 4 others that can jump her and pretty much one-shot her.
And they're super hard for Silhouette to kill as well. Like, she doesn't have enough damage to burst down a Legio or Kraken or Pebbles.
She can't burst them, but I think she'll be able to catch and kite is the most important thing.
Yeah.
She's got the Ophelia, so if she gets jumped, she could potentially survive an engagement. It depends on how many heroes get on her. But I really do think as this game goes later, Silhouette's going to be a pretty serious issue for this Hellborn team because they're so burst-oriented. Like, once Pebbles and Pyromancer blow their load, it's done for them. They don't do that much sustained damage in team fights.
Yes, but they just stay in auto-attack. Or reset
right, but
fight.
like, they don't actually do all that much damage. They do have low cooldowns,
Like,
which is good.
Auto-attack damage, they have way more auto-attack damage than the Legion team does.
I don't think that Pebbles and
That's what you're
Pyromancer are going to be able to chase down like Silhouette and Magnus and Bubbles and actually right-click them a whole lot.
No, but you combo, then you pop Shrunken Head, then you go in and kill them. But it doesn't really matter. Doesn't. I am just thinking like when you see Silhouette being picked up on Homecast, the reason why you only pick up Silhouette not that many games is because she's not really good versus everything. You want to have like the really perfect lineup for Silhouette when you want to pick her.
Right.
And this really isn't it.
Well,
What do you think?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Quincy.
No, Marcus, say something. I don't really have anything.
I mean, you play Silhouette a lot. Don't you agree? I mean,
Yes,
you can't just pick her up every game. Then she sucks.
Yes, she's gonna have a terrible, or maybe she's gonna get farmed, but she's not gonna be able to split push.
Yeah. And we're gonna be seeing the Suicide Kraken once again in Keizu's hands. It's a hero lane combination I'm not a huge fan of, but Keizu can do pretty much whatever he wants, and usually ends up fine. Bottom lane, he'll be going up against 2. Magmus in the mid, in a 2 versus 1 lane himself, so Pebbles should be able to get a relatively quick portal key. There's pretty much no chance Magmus is going to have great farm considering his laning situation. And at the top is going to be Suicide Bubbles up against a Doctor Repulsor 1v1, which actually could potentially go either way. Bubbles definitely has the capacity to kill Doctor early on, and all the auto attack Crass he's doing here could be big. But yeah, Kraken in the bottom lane could be in some trouble. Actually, here comes the Ophelia Skeleton King. They're trying to prevent the charge from doing anything, and yeah, Kraken's definitely going to fall here. Moira trying to body block, and in fact will be Boss that picks up the Bloodlust. So Ophelia, successful rotation. They also countered Keizu's ward, so that's the problem with Suicide Kraken.
He hasn't placed it yet. He still has it on him.
There's a counter ward, at least.
Yeah.
It's me not paying attention to things. It's fine.
Really nice gang by Ophelia.
Oh, that's painful. Keizu putting the ward. That is like, it's touching. It's touching the ward of Rev's range. That's really painful.
I don't even think she can. Yeah, I don't think they can counter it.
They can't. If you click the ward, it'll give you an indication of how big the radius is, and it's literally just on the edge.
Wow.
Game sense much?
Keizu number 1. Moira will pick up a regenerate in bottom lane. It's gonna be knocked out by Pyromancer's auto attack. So RmR getting the Bloodlust. It's good. And Silhouette's gonna need that. She can't really fall behind too. Like she's gonna need an early Nullstone, and she's gonna need an early portal key to be able to farm where she wants and survive. Magmus the Malane gonna take a Stalagmites and a Dragonfire. We'll see if they continue to combo this. They do not, as he just stuns away. So laning phase should still favor SynC, you think?
Yes.
Overall?
Well, I don't know about laning phase, but
the Doctor wins top, they win mid, they farm jungle.
Oh no, yeah, that's true. They're bad. That's just because the way they laned it.
And then junglers
can... You can die. Yeah, but they both have junglers. But if you...
Yeah, but
what?
I mean, even though Ophelia got Bloodlust, Slapped has more GPM and ice level 4.
Yeah.
I mean, Ophelia just doesn't farm the woods very well anymore. The only way she gets to decent GPMs at this point is if she consistently ganks and gets kills and assists gold. That's just... I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a free farm, like a purely free farm Ophelia get anything more than like 250 GPM anymore in the last months. It just doesn't happen.
I don't know. There's really no like real Ophelia player out there.
That's true too.
But Slapped hasn't played Ophelia for like 2 months now. Or 1 month, it has to be.
Well, middle lane, Pebbles could be jumped. There's a Ephemeral Forge going through, and I think Mika is going to take a death here, yeah. Ophelia gets the last auto attack, so she's 2-0-0. Not bad, and that's how you keep up your GPM on Oph.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
Nice body block. Nice time one. What's that?
So good.
He do play a really good Moira.
You guys never played Moira with him. How come you never played? What the? It's just nonsense.
What?
Well, I played first.
That's true. We could put him on a second support. Be fine.
But you don't want that. That sucks. I think. I mean, at least before.
Did she get changed?
Supports are a lot stronger.
That's
so
true.
It's a bit more viable, but.
Yeah. Anyway, middle lane, Magmus going to evade the Stalagmites, so Mika continuing to try to place pressure onto this Magmus. He's at 315 GPM, which is in fact the second, third highest farmer in the game. Just right on par with that Ophelia, who's picked up a couple of kills. But Silhouette in the bottom lane actually top. I missed that completely as Cookies takes the death. The gank from Slapped, successful. And at this point, Bubbles should be suffering really, really hard in the top lane, because he can't kill Doctor anymore, and he can get continuously ganked if Slapped has good rotations.
Yeah. Yeah, he's losing his lane a lot.
I'm actually kind of surprised.
That's not really what he wants.
I felt like early on, Bubbles should do okay against a Doctor.
Yeah, I agree. I think his farm should be way better. even if he got ganked.
Right. I mean, theoretically, Bubbles has the capacity to kill Doctor before he hits 6.
Yeah, 1 versus 1, definitely.
Yeah. By the way, no. Sorry. I was gonna say no. Top lane, Doctor Repulsor are gonna be in some trouble, and there's a Mana Sunder. That's gonna take all of his mana away. Bubbles coming in with the Shell Surf. That'll snipe out Flensmeister. So RmR gonna pick up their 3rd kill of the game. They're up 3-1. Wanted to mention, Cookies on RmR is not the US player Cookies. He's a Swedish Cookies, apparently. It's confusing, but different players.
Fake Nicky. Oh my god.
Pretty much. But RmR is still down. In fact, I forgot to switch that, but losing about 1,000 gold and 1,500 experience, despite the fact that they're up 3-1 in hero kills, and it's just because their CS scores are not looking all that good when you compare them to their opponents. You got 48 creep kills for Zlap, 42 from Mickey, and the only one to compete with that is the Silhouette in the bottom lane with 41 CS, who has 340 gold per minute.
I'm not really sure how Magnus has like this bad GPM. He has 2 assists. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. He should actually do better here.
He has 6 CS. That's real bad.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Like, fuck. Yeah.
This is just, I mean, if they had like 250 GPM on Magnus and Bubbles.
And Zlap in the bottom lane, gonna try to run away, gets the taunt off, but actually Silhouette is gonna be able to get away. Ephemeral Forge from Moira, perhaps gonna be able to get some support. Charge Oricon do connect onto the Legionnaire, but that's gonna be too much. Middle lane, meanwhile, Qzane is the one that gets jumped and killed. The burst damage potential of Pebbles and Pyromancer is substantial. So there you go. That's why his farm is bad. Is he's afraid of that. Which is, I mean, it's true, but it feels like early on, before Pebbles has enough mana to combo, he should be able to do a little bit better. And actually, Slaps. Is he gonna find Ophelia here? Might get the kill. Nope, he's gonna get countered pretty easily, in fact, and that'll be another nice kill for Pingu. Good movement there. Stalagmite's missing the lane. Moira walking over. They might go for something onto this Pebbles. And she's going to pop her Shards of Archon, but all of a sudden taking a lot of damage. There's a 2-man stun. Newer's Blessing comes out. It's going to save Moira for the meantime, but they're not going to be able to get any kills out of it. So, sort of just walk down the middle lane. There's a Ward of Sight from Insania that spots this as well, and actually a Ward of Rev should be able to counter this. So, yeah, they'll find it and kill it. So, I feel like Legion should be doing a lot more to try to address this Pebbles in the middle lane, and it doesn't feel like they are. I mean, that was a bit of a lazy gank from Moira.
Kinda hard, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, Magnus is level 7. He's got a level 4 Lava Surge and Interruption. At least go for something.
Yeah, but he's never gonna, like, Pyro isn't leaving the lane. He's gonna stay behind him. There's no way Magnus is gonna get that off. I mean, yeah, he has Steam Boots, so they need at least 3 people to kill him.
Sure.
That's what makes it so hard.
I mean, I don't even think the gank necessarily has to be successful. As bottom lane, KZU might go for something here on the Silhouette. Drops her Laser Kraken, but too far away. Doesn't catch Pingu. Top lane, meanwhile, Bubbles getting chased down. Has the Kelp Field into 2, and that'll be sufficient to get him away from this. Dr. Pulsar taking a lot of damage, but he'll be just fine.
Oh.
Yeah, Pingu, he's fine.
Return kill?
He has to be really careful about this. I mean, Kraken doesn't have any mana, but he can potentially get jumped by somebody else. Anyway, I don't think the gank in the middle lane has to be successful necessarily. Obviously, it'd be great if it was, but they have to put some fear into Mickey.
How do you survive an unsuccessful gank versus Pebbles and Pyro?
I think if you force them to use their spells defensively, that's how you survive it. So, sure, Magnus isn't going to get Interruption off, but if he forces Panic Stuns from Insania and or Pebbles, he should be able to survive. I mean, he's not super squishy. He's got health.
700 HP. Pyro and Pebbles combo does at least over 1.
Yeah, but only if they do it perfectly. Anyway, bottom lane, nice from Insania. Gonna easily kill Pingu, and now all of a sudden Magnus in the wrong position, well behind. Ephemeral Forge is there, but a nice stun from Pebbles actually, and there's no way they're surviving. So it's double tap in favor of the Hellborn side as the attempted gank from the Legion completely fails. So maybe
I
you're
don't
right.
know. They saw
The Legion have
the
overrun
pyro
the
with
Hellborn
haste. I don't know
FOB.
why they went for Kraken. Like, they had a lane ward on him when he ran to the right side of the above the outpost. They saw him, and they still decided to go in on Magnus. So I don't know, kinda
It's a little bit iffy.
risky move.
And Pebbles, meanwhile, gets a pick on Moira in the middle lane, so he's about 200 gold off of his portal key. He should have that relatively quickly. He's the top farmer in the game. And Mickey is a really good Pebbles player. People need to stop giving him this hero. I don't know how, but I guess you can it.
Okay, this.
Yeah, they're gonna try to go for it here. They get the kill field onto him. Magnus drops the steam bath. They're trying to bait out some sort of stun, but here comes lots of ports from the Hellborn team. They're gonna kill Mickey right here before he gets his PK, but Pyro will survive. Arcane Vortex in the background connecting onto pretty much everybody. That's gonna prevent them from reinitiating onto the Legion team. So they pick off the Pebbles and they get out scot-free.
That Moira ulti was kind of insane.
Now, if they could have done that like 5 minutes ago, I think things would have been a lot better in this middle lane for them.
Yeah, but I mean, they got lucky, I think. 3-man Moira ulti on everybody that can catch. So it's kinda.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like that was possible earlier.
But I mean, well played.
Yeah, it was definitely. Pebbles nonetheless has his portal key, so it's not on him right now, but he must because he had 1900 gold before, and there's no way that he doesn't have it now. He's gonna port to the middle lane, and there it is. It's on the courier. So PK picked up. There's 3 heroes in the mid though, and they actually are sitting on top of each other. Oh, that's real bad. Phoenix Wave is gonna finish off Cookies. And if Pyromancer was a little bit closer, that was a hat trick instead. In fact, they're going to finish off Q-Zane, but there goes Mickey. And Pyromancer all of a sudden completely out of mana, not particularly fast, getting chased down. Shards of Parkon go on to Silhouette. She'll be dropping the phase boots to get the stun, but here comes the Veiled Rot stun from Zlap. That's a taunt right onto Pingu's face. Dr. Repulsor coming in from the side, thinking Pingu's not going to survive that. No, he does not. Ophelia all of a sudden is going to be able to finish off Zlap. The bottle charges are way too much, and the stun from Pyromancer helps save him. Pyromancer going to trade his life, but Zlap's making the escape. Pingu actually buys back. And that's really bad, actually.
Oh, that's not what you want.
No. I'm gonna go for no.
Is he gonna go Energizer? I hope not.
Well, he's got a Soul Stream ring, and he's got the Sustainer, so he may just be going straight for the Nullstone, which is superior, I think.
Yeah, but I'm thinking maybe about it just for the farming. Then he goes Energizer. But I don't know, I don't think that's the right way to go.
I'm just generally not a fan of the Ghost Marchers plus Energizer build. I feel like that's a bit redundant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't give you... If you get Ghost Marchers by themselves, fine. If you get Energizer, get Steam Boots to get the tankiness and a little bit more attack speed. You don't really need the additional move speed of the phase effect because you got the Energizer. And damage-wise, I think Steam Boots scale better than what's this? Ghost Marchers.
Well,
anyway,
yeah, just late game.
Right.
He's gonna die. Oh.
Yeah, Veiled Rot's gonna spot a couple here out, and Pebbles doesn't even need the PK for that one, as he's got an Invis Rune. Bubbles all of a sudden finding himself in kind of a bad spot. Magnus is gonna be able to charge up the Eruption. Bubbles still gonna die. They're gonna drop the Eruption right on top of Zlap's head, and is he actually gonna live here once again? Mario has the Mana Sunder. One more auto attack does finally finish him off, but Q-Zane in a lot of trouble. Phoenix Wave ends up getting that kill. Ophelia trying to chase down this Pebbles, but I think they probably have too much health as the 2-man Stalagmites go through. It's gonna be able to chuck the Catman away. Catman finally does finish off Mickey, but it's Insania with the triple kill. And what a teleport away from Ophelia. By the way, that whole time no Kraken, so it's a 5 versus 4 engagement. The Hellborn still come out ahead, taking 4 and losing 2. It's a 3-on-5 actually. Yeah.
Sure.
So SynC being SynC, more or less. And by the way, a lot of people wonder why we don't why HoNcast doesn't cast SynC games, especially early on. This is mostly why.
Pretty much.
They're just not all that competitive.
I don't think they ever lost a match in round of 8.
In the round of 8? I don't think they have. Or if they have, it was very recently, because I remember checking that a while ago, and that they have a 100% win rate, I believe. In the round of 8. I mean, every single time, pretty much, they face the number 2 seed from Gold Division, so...
Yeah.
SynC are already much better. Anyway, speaking of that, Mickey gonna be able to find Pingu, but all of a sudden he gets countered as the Astrolabe was there, and that's counter kill. So, well,
Nice.
jumping into Silhouette, which would have been great,
I mean,
except
sure.
for Ophelia was
Yeah,
like,
but I mean,
holding
still,
his hand.
you can really see what's what's going on here.
And
Like,
middle lane,
they-
Flynn's gonna take the stun from the Kelp field, but that's not gonna be able to kill him if he gets on out. Sorry.
like you see here, like Legion side, there's like they have 3 players who's lacking. Like you notice they have 3 players who's like just gonna be non-factors for like a while now, and while SynC has 5 players who actually has farm. Like this is because the Legion side stay together all the time to save like to get Silhouette's farm, to get in his nullstone. While they have 4 players on the map, the Heilbronn side, farming. Like this is... I mean, SynC is doing a great job split pushing and farming out the entire map, while the Legion side are just, I don't know, securing farm, stacking ancients. That's good to put and all, but like it's not gonna be enough.
Right. And it might even be okay if they were actually getting like 450 plus GPM on the Silhouette. Or if they were getting something out of it, but I mean, they're really not even farming all that well, and the heroes that are getting focused right now, and then top lane stuff is going to get caught once again. So, I mean, yeah, we're... At this point, Pyromancer has a push book and steam boots. Magnus doesn't have steam boots yet. Bubbles has steam boots and a bottle and an amulet, but he's not close to his portal key by any means. So...
Pretty much just...
Magnus is going Steamboat's investments before Blink.
Yeah. Well, I think he's worried about that Mickey PK. It's constantly been coming out Silhouette. Meanwhile, it does get the swap out to her illusion, so she will just head into the jungle. Jump once again from the Hellborn team, and they're just constantly... They're so... One thing you watch SynC and you're like, they're so active. They just never really let you sit back and farm. They're constantly in the Legion woods. They're in this bottom lane, always putting pressure on this Legion team so that they can't farm and they can't counter. Too. Their jungle is so safe. Yeah,
That's because they like look at the heroes they picked up. They got farm on the PK, and now they can. If the laning phase would have got them, like if the Legion side would have won the laning phase.
Boy, we're gonna jump the Arcane Vortex. We'll save her for the meantime, but it's not gonna be long enough. Actually, Flensmeister runs into it for no real reason, and Minotaur stop is there, but the Chuck finishes him off from long range. Quarterback Pebbles with the deep ball. And we're going to finish off a Minotaur too, so... Ophelia, at this point, 330 GPM, 5-0-4, and Boss is actually having a really good game. The problem is he's only got 1 minion now. He'll be able to pick up a Vagabond here. And...
That's good, but Ophelia doesn't have that big of an impact with items.
Right. That's the problem.
Yeah.
As this game goes on, I mean, she's really not going to be any more impactful than she is right now. This is going to be about her peak. Especially considering her farm.
The Hellborn have overrun the Legion.
But they're never going to be able to get any more towers now for a long time.
Well,
but they might actually get mid. No,
yeah,
they're defending this.
They're going to
This
try to
can be
take
bad.
it. And you see Mickey and the Legion was running forward with the portal key. There's no vision here for the Hellborn side. Magnus can actually stun in onto Kraken. That was a mistake, but I guess he gets ported back, so that's why he did it. So, it's fine. And...
Yeah, well, but it's not really good for Legion. They didn't farm that much, and they lost the tower for nothing. Not really what you want. They want more farm.
And Pingu's farm's actually been going down.
Yeah.
Which is also kind of bad. He will finish off a Nullstone here, so doesn't go for the Energizer build. Kelpfield on to Kraken in the top lane. He's just going to eat the stun. I actually like that decision a lot. He's also going to draw a teleport reaction. That's going to be canceled. No, Mickey comes in. Mana Sunder immediately, though, and you look at Slagmite's off. Release Kraken onto pretty much everything. Arcane Vortex will be able to differentiate or stop it a little bit. They managed to finish off Magmas before he gets done anything, and Bubble's going to fall here as well. Zlapt in some trouble, so is Keizu as Zlapt falls, but it looks like Moira is going to die as well. Pingu getting chased down by Mickey in the background, trying to go on an adventure, get the hell on out of there. He's going to get the teleport, but the Chuck stops that. That's another kill. Keizu, meanwhile, did manage to get finished off by Boz, and it looks like Ophelia will be able to get on out. Funzmeister actually has half mana, so he might be able to jump over this cliff and catch the oaf. He's going to be able to find her, yep. Gonna need some more mana for opposite charges. Pops the power supply, and there's the opposite charges. I think this will be enough. They really want to get Mickey in here with this Pebbles and his portal key. He's coming in. It's taken a while. Ophelia's running fast. But Mickey's going to have the angle in a second. Yeah, we actually do see a number of PKs in. Stalagmite's going to be missing. And Mickey, all of a sudden, that did not go very well for him. So he's going to end up falling here as well as the Legion side bring in a couple of respawns. Boz, 8-0-4.
Owning.
Yeah. Dominating, more like.
He's doing a lot of damage as well. 11%. It's good.
So, a lot of this game in the hands of Ophelia.
But a great Moira ultimate once again. But
that's true.
It just wasn't enough. They just had so much more farm on the Legion side. But I guess it was alright. I don't know, how many did they lose if you include Pebbles?
3?
3, 4, yeah.
Something like that.
Good.
Did Insania die actually? It might have been 4. It might have been 4. Anyway, top lane, they will be able to catch this Zlapt here. He's going to eat the Mana Sunder, and he pops the Barbed Armor, but it's not going to be enough. Cookies ends up getting that kill. Bubbles now relatively close to his portal key. Bottom lane, Kraken has picked up a Veiled Rot, but this is a silhouette illusion. The real one is slightly to his left and farming the woods. Another Veiled Rot on Insania. They're going to be able to collapse on Silhouette right here, and her illusion's now down. Nullstone will be eaten. Dragonfire Stun actually missed, and still going to get the Freeze Grapple back before the Shards of Harkon hit anything, and she will be just fine. So, another good attempt there from SynC, but doesn't turn into anything of value. I mean, Insania's farm this game has been really, really good. He's got 300 GPM.
Yeah.
Like, he's 7-1-1, but still. You know, he's got 44 CS. Like, that's really impressive. He's been able to find a lot of farm.
Scary.
Nice two-man Stalagmites there from Pebbles. Release the Kraken right on their face as well. Astrolabe gonna save staff for a little while, but not nearly long enough. Newest Blessing as well. Insufficient to get Ophelia out of there, and that will be a couple of kills. They also managed to kill this Rev Ward. That was their... They killed the opponent's Rev Ward, but not the actual Ward of Sight. And Mickey's still 300 gold per minute, but he's having much more of an impact than that.
Yeah, I think it's really finding these ganks. They're just chasing them all over the map. Making them run around so much, wasting a lot of time.
Hellborn have overrun a Legion FOB.
And there's a tier 2 tower in the middle lane, but that's going to be
The Legion have overrun a
counter with a
Hellborn
tier
FOB.
1 top. So RmR taking 2 tier 1s out. And they want to hang out in this top lane still. Finally going to see a port back on Bubbles. Magnus now about 150 gold off of his PK, by the way. Bubbles close to his as well. Storm Spirit picked up by Boss, which is good. That'll give him a lot of save potential, and there's the Magnus PK. Bottom lane, meanwhile, looks like the initiation will be there, or the push will be there for SynC. They're trying to take out the second tier 2 tower. Looking over items.
Mike.
Sorry.
Look at the wards on the Hellborn, for the Hellborn.
Yeah.
One mid. one like on both hills. Like they have super good. They're gonna be able to
Hellborn have
outfarm them.
overrun a Legion FOB.
They're gonna take Kongor, and I don't know. They're gonna be able to do anything they want.
Right. I mean, they're incredibly aggressive. They got one in the middle. They got one on both the hills, and so they can basically see the entire RmR team coming out of their
Yep.
base.
Now they know
So
exactly.
now they
they're
know
on the
that
top
there are
now.
5 people in their woods, so they can just farm freely everywhere else.
Right.
Yeah.
And Legion dropping some aggressive sight as well. I'm gonna get a word of sight in the Hellborn Woods, but I actually don't like that all that much. They just don't have the capacity to catch people and kill them.
Be right
So-
back. 1 second.
Yeah.
I'm not
But
sure
they
what
might
that
be
word's
just-
gonna do.
Just for farming.
Yeah, and
Now we can
perhaps a tower
farm
push.
that side of the woods a bit more safe.
Right.
They're gonna do Kong.
Yep, Kongor's going through. So 3, 4 heroes, now 5. Gonna be there for SynC. Should be pretty easy Kongor kill. Portal key away from Keizu actually, as apparently he wants no part of this. Token of life
But
presumably
Leon
gonna
is
be on
fast
Doctor.
enough, they can get the tower for free. But Kraken is top.
Yeah.
He might set up a kill.
Enemy target
And I think he's gonna try. I don't know if he's gonna be able to. Yeah, this is definitely gonna be a tower
he
dead.
used
No,
PK to get out, so
Cliff goes off, but it's a bit of a waste. It's just gonna slow him down a little bit.
FOB.
And they won't be able to get anything out of this, in fact. And, oh, they might find Repulsor, actually. No, they're not. Doesn't matter, he has a token of life anyway, so if they catch him, he's just gonna come right back, actually. They will be able to find Mickey here, and Shards of Parkon gonna go through, gonna get a couple of stuns. Nice kelp field as well. Mickey taking a lot of damage, but it's actually Bubbles that's gonna be the first one to die. Zlap trying to run away with his barbed armor. It's not gonna be sufficient. Mana Sunder on Dr. Repulsor, screwing with him, but the release of Kraken actually pretty much just catching Ophelia. Dragonfire stun from Pyromancer missing as well, so Select can be able to swap out to her illusion as Mickey comes back into the fight. Zlap actually with the buyback. So, in the end, ends up being a 1-for-1 plus a buyback from the Hellborn team, probably going in favor of RmR right there, as Zlap definitely farming better than Cookies is. And this is slowly going to slow down their token ability as well. Obviously they just picked it up, so they have plenty of time, but can't really push at this point.
no. I think SynC is going to just outfarm them a bit now. Get a bit more items up on their course, like Shrunken, and then try to end the game. Because you can look at the gold. They're sitting on 2.6 on Kraken, 4.3 on Doctor, 2.2 on Pebbles. They have so much gold they haven't invested in items yet that they need.
So what do you think of Doctor here? I mean, is it the typical Hellflower sheep build? Because Silhouette has a Nullstone, so I kind of feel like that's not a great idea. He's already got an icon.
I think it's gonna go Hellflower and then Shrunken. Yeah.
I actually much prefer the immediate Shrunken.
No, he needs to have some kind of damage. Okay, they don't really lack damage, but I still think that item build is bad. Because Icon should give you the tankiness you need
That's true.
to go for another DPS item. Because if you just go Icon, why not just like go damage into Shrunken? Like then can you just go Hellflower into Shrunken, I feel.
Well,
Way better.
I think there's 2 solid reasons for it. One, a lot of the Legion side damage is still tied up in the Magmas because Silhouette has got a Nullstone and a Portal Key, so she's not exactly DPS heavy right now. Secondly, actually he's going to go Grimoire, which is going to boost him up, but even with the Icon he was only at 1500 health, and the Shrunken will prevent him from getting Mana Sundered and locked down.
That makes sense as well. That's also damage.
Yeah.
He probably goes Shrunken after this, I think.
Yeah, I would have to imagine Shrunken Head is near the top of the list, at the very least, if not at the top. But yeah, it's gonna be Grimoire, so bit of an odd build order, but they were really, really aggressive early on. And he has 8 icon charges, so don't have too much of an issue with that. Everybody skip that pause, right?
Yep.
Yeah, good stuff. And looks like SynC.
Ophelia.
Want to go down. Dr. Pulse in the middle lane, actually the double damage rune. Gonna try to find this Magmus, but he's gonna get silenced out all of a sudden by Bubbles. And they don't really want to keep fighting Flensmeister. He's going to go through on a Magma, so he actually gets ported back by the Ophelia Mana Sunder on Dr. Repulsor. And that's going to be the end of his chase. But all that time they spent trying to deal with Doctor in the middle results in 4 heroes in the bottom lane, pushing down a tier 3 tower in favor of SynC. And it looks like that will be the end of that, mostly. Do they want to go back? Nope. Doctor's here. He does lose his DD, but he's still got a Token of Life for just under a minute, so might as well pound in those autos. And he's going to get continuously jumped, dealt a lot of damage, but yeah, there goes a token. So going to be a pretty easy counter. Moira with the Shards of Harkon, and Boz immediately falls. No Astrolabe and Ultimate as a result. Arcane Vortex in the background of 2. Going to kelp field there as well. They'll be able to finish off Magnus before he gets an eruption. Staff on the Moira falling as well. Cookie's trying to get away. Will be able to get into the well. Pingu looking to do as much damage as he can, but really it's not all that much. He's got a shield breaker, but he just cannot stand up to this Hellborn team. Slap's the only one dead for them, and they have way too much tankiness and damage for this Silhouette to do too much. Anyway, Pebbles actually does hit the Stalagmites onto Cookies, tosses Bubbles right back into the fight. That's an easy death. And Silhouette now going to try to get away. Actually, Insania gets picked off. So Pingu doing what he can here, but it's still going to be bot racks.
The Legion barracks are liquidated.
That was so close to being so well played.
The Legion barracks are liquidated.
If Slap wouldn't, like, Silhouette and Ophelia went to auto-attack Doctor, even though they didn't really need to. And then they got jumped. Otherwise, they could have just get the token and then be fine. That would have been so huge.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a scenario in which that could have come out well. I actually really like this Arcane Vortex pick. Or the Moira pick for the ultimate. Like, against the taunt, against the Kraken ultimate, against a lot of the burst damage, it's like, it's seeming really, really effective to negate some of these spells.
Definitely. I think it's... And she does quite okay. Like, she killed Slapped as well solo, pretty much. Or okay, not solo, but I mean, he did a lot of damage himself.
I mean, Moira's having a pretty solid impact in this game. She's at 8% hero damage, which is above the Magnus, who's only at 5%. So I think you look at where RmR is and where they need to be to have a legitimate shot at winning this, which I guess is theoretically possible, but they're nearly 20,000 gold down and 20,000 experience down. So, I mean, they got a real big hole here. This Magnus is just having almost no impact. He's having difficulty getting eruptions off, even with the portal key. He had a really bad time in lane, 200 GPM. He's not really useful at all. So they're basically down a hero. And actually, they're gonna get the release Kraken onto Silhouette, but he gets somehow push booked away. That is the real one? No, it's not. It's fake. I was pretty sure. I was like, what?
Well, that's kind of the big difference, because Hellborn, they can never really have a hero like that. Right. Their heroes is always going to have impact on the game.
And actually, speaking of heroes, getting locked down is Dr. Repulsor. It's caught by 4. He tried to get the jump, but he found way too many people there on the Legion side. Soul in the top lane sort of trapped, and they're looking for him. Can't find him. By the way, what the hell is this Legionnaire avatar? It's like Lightning Man.
Ah, it looks cool.
Completely missing stuff like Bubbles dying. There's a nice 2-man eruption actually. Magnus getting a pretty good amount of damage on, but it's really not going to do anything. And he's going to get caught and killed. He just completely gets destroyed. Insane does get picked off by Pingu, who's going to be able to get the tree grapple away, trying to survive at this point. And another tree grapple goes through. He's got his illusion, going to send them in opposite directions. Moira putting her ephemeral forge on, trying to get some CC and get Pingu out of there. He's actually going to go man mode against Zlap, but Zlap pops the barbed armor. And he's going to be able to PK away. Pingu has no teleport, but it doesn't look like Late Rush to the Hellborn side really want to follow up on this.
They're never going to kill him.
Yeah. Bottom lane continuing to push in. Pingu definitely showing he knows how to play Silhouette. I've been impressed.
Yeah, he's a pretty good Silhouette. I think, like, that and Hag is his favorite heroes. So... I think he played Flint as well. Yeah.
Yeah, he does play Flint, which is weird to me, but hey.
Cool. He used to go, like, face boots into Helm.
Yeah,
before,
okay.
I all remember. And people, he thought it was so good for such a long time.
Yeah, that's a weird build.
Yeah, but he got
Really
like, you know, hardcore gaming.
No, but okay.
You don't. Okay.
don't.
They take like pub games where somebody gets like loads of kills, like high tier pub games where somebody has like 21.
Right.
And then they just show a recap of all their kills.
Right.
And he managed to get that by going Helm, so now
all right.
miss. But look at that word by Zayna.
Insane you put right on top of the rev ward though. It's gonna be countered relatively quickly. I mean,
oh. I mean, how?
Can they see that? They have to be able to see that.
No, it's not on the ground.
How do they not see that?
It's not on the ground. It's a hill. It's a mountain.
Yeah, but it's like below the ward of Rev. I guess the ward of Rev's sight range is super short.
Yeah, it is.
So, that's the problem. But that's interesting. Yeah.
Oh, but it's really huge. Second time, SynC. Does it?
Something like that. Anyway, items continue to be worked on here by both sides. Moira has finished off a push book, so that's going to be very helpful, obviously, against the Kraken, as well as the Legionnaire. Pebbles going for the Soul's Bulwark. That's going to assist the physical damage output of this Hellborn team, which is now getting to be pretty substantial. Portal Key City, of course, there as well. They have 4 of them now, in fact, as Insani has picked one up as well. He has 330 GPM, because why not? Kongor, in fact, is going to be attempted as well by the Hellborn team. Abyssal Skull on Kraken. Obviously, we saw the barbed armor for a while on his lap. He's got a Shrunken. So does Kraken and Pebbles. Dr. Repulsor going for the Hellflower over the Shrunken Head, which is a little bit iffy in my opinion, but hey.
I like it.
Justified.
I don't know. Shrunken Head's so pussy item. So boring.
I never buy Shrunken Heads, even when I should. I buy them way too infrequently.
Well, I kinda do. If I play tournaments, I do. So, I can't really. But no, I don't like to pick up Shrunken Head anyways. Like, fuck it. Like, Doctor he can ulti. Who needs Shrunken?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You're unkillable all the time anyway.
I mean, when you're ulting, you're literally invulnerable. So,
yeah.
How are they going to deal with that? It's crazy. Bubble Shell Surf will spot the Conwar attempt here, but it's already really low. If they want to jump this, they're going to have to do it pretty much now. As the Ophelia ultimate completely wasted, trying to save the creep, and in fact, Magmus is going to jump in, and there's the Arcane Vortex as well, but where's the rest of the team? Token of Life is, I don't know who got it, yeah, I think it's Dr. Repulsor. Pingu's dead, there goes Qzane on the Magmus as well. Finally, Bevel's getting taken out as the take cover wears off. They'll be able to chase down the Ophelia here as well. Moira trying to get on out of there. Storm Spirit's only going to slow down Mickey. It's not going to slow down enough people. And Stany gets chucked in. And the stun goes through. Moira puts the Shards of Harkon up onto Oph. And could she get out of this? No, she can't. They're going to kill Ophelia. They're also going to find the Moira. And that's not where you want to be, because you got 5 SynC heroes chasing down. Eruption! Huge damage output, but nobody's dead. They barely get the entire thing. Yeah, he did buy back, but just a second too late. It looks like Dr. Repulsor is going to be the one that falls here, but it's the Token of Life that goes through. He gets stunned out pretty damn quickly. Wish he had a Shrunken right now, as he's getting pretty much destroyed, but he just is like, bye. Takes the Kelfield stun finally, and then leaves.
They didn't change the Doctor? No.
Nope. And Pingu, where are you going?
Is he?
Apparently he's trying to find somebody, but they're not there. Anyway, so the Hellborn team gets Kongor. They get the entire Legion team dead. They force a couple of buybacks, and they lose the token. But I think they'll take that.
Yeah. That owned.
After finishing off his Hellflower. And is Lego going for staff? I'm pretty sure he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else could you go? Brutalizer?
Ice
That would be cool as well. No, he's not gonna go Iceman.
Dude, he needs HP.
Don't say that.
Wants to be tanky. Come on, that's how you play. It's how you play Lego, isn't it? Oh boy, that was a bit of an issue right there for Pingu. He's going to have his null stone eaten. His portal key's on cooldown. Now he's hell flowered out. And I don't see him getting out of this one, as actually Moira going to drop the ultimate. That's just an ephemeral forward. It's not the real one, though, so she won't die. It's just a fake. Bit of a waste, and she's being annoying, but nobody's in any real danger.
You gotta go for it. If she was there in time.
That would have been big. And Pingu's now dead for a full minute. He has no buyout.
I think that's... No, that's not Trax.
I don't think it is either, but it's not good.
It's a lot of damage. On their base.
And that's earlier on, when Pingu used that early buyback. This is where it can hurt you.
He kind of failed both his buybacks.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't do anything.
Corruption getting charged up in the background. I'm surprised I don't see that. In fact, he's going to be onto a couple. Illusions eating some damage, and all of a sudden Magnus gets exploded as the Shrunken Heads go off everywhere. Release the Kraken is sufficient to kill Bubbles. There's a Storm Speeder on more. It's going to save her for a little while, but not nearly long enough, and that's going to be CC right before Boss dies for the third time. So, SynC taking game 1 of this series between them and RmR. No huge surprise there, I think, as they're definitely the favorite. But RmR managing to survive for 40 minutes, and they had some decent stuff, not too much. It felt inevitable for most of that game, but anyway. Final thoughts, Kluck?
I just think they got outdrafted. I don't know. And they kind of fucked up the lanes with Bubbles and Magnus. They needed to have way better farm to do something.
Yeah. Marcus, anything to expand on that?
No, I saw this coming though. I don't know. Too
Did
much
you?
passive. SynC took over.
So hard to see coming when it's a replay. I'm not impressed.
Well.
Yeah, it's fair. I mean, you just put SynC on a bunch of heroes they're really, really comfortable with. Insania loves Pyromancer, Keizu loves Kraken, Mickey loves Pebbles, Flensmeister loves Dr. Repulsor, and Zalapt isn't really known as that much of a Legionnaire player, but he does play Lego, so... I mean, you put the best team in the world on a bunch of heroes that they play a lot.
Yeah.
Like, this is probably what's going to happen. And it's not all that surprising. So... Game 1, going to SynC, as I said, they are up 1-0. RmR are going to be looking for a comeback in Game 2 to try to force a third and final game. We'll see if they can do that. So we'll take a short break, but we'll be right back, so stick around, guys.